days, so please bear with me. Oh my goodness. Load me out of absolutely everything. Please hold. Let's see. Alright, that's not too bad of you. Oh my goodness. I had to change my setup entirely. So let's see. I crocheted this tiny little witch hat, and it just fits my little frog that I got perfectly. I think that actually works. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was like at least an hour of trying to get the stream to work. I'm glad it finally did. But it might be a shorter stream because of that. Where's my water? Alright, today we're going to continue to work on my lettuce wrap top. I'm adding the ruffles for like the top of the ruffly bits of the leaves and stuff. And it's something I've been putting off for a very long time because It is so tedious, but it will be beautiful, and I will look forward to wearing it, and that alone is worth it. So, I'm definitely using this as a body doubling so that I can actually finish this project. I've never actually made a wearable item before. This is my first. And I've learned a lot of things along the way. I also did not end up using any patterns for this because I am an absolute goblin. This quite literally was, what was I doing? Hold on, before I get into that, let me remember what stitch I was even doing. Okay. Yep, this is it. Just a whole bunch of that. And how is this set up? That works. I think it is running fine. My goodness. The ruffle stitch that I am using is one of my favorites because it leaves these like loose, ruffly, big, dramatic ones. I have a project in mind that I'm going to be using this stitch again, but I'm also not starting a new project until this one is done. But it's the US version of the double crochet, and it's 2 double crochets in one stitch and 1 double crochet in the next. Double crochet in the next, and that's just that, the entire rows. And then after that, and in case you didn't have enough fun, it's single crochets in all of those, and you keep repeating until you get the desired ruffle. But this is why I am not one to sell pieces like this. Because the work alone for this would exceed upwards of $1,000. And I mean, sure, if you want to pay that, but most people don't, and especially not where I'm at. So I'd much rather just do it for joy. But yeah, so I originally got the idea for this, and like waking up in the middle of the night, unsurprisingly, with the idea for a lettuce wrap top, because I love a good pun. And then I drew it in a mad and disorganized sketch, and promptly fell back asleep. And I was working on that for a while. It actually started out more cabbage, but as I started to learn more, and even I was new in crochet, so yes, 2 years ago, Um, yeah, I have a pretty big unfinished pile, which I am using these kind of streams to get through. Um, but then, so I actually ended up not using my cabbage pieces and starting over entirely when I got some new yarn. My friend was destashing some of theirs, and then I saw this yarn. It was like a variegated green, and it was much softer than the acrylic that I was using. And I was like, gosh darn it, I'm gonna have to start all over because I just like this yarn so much better. It's so much more comfortable. And I did. And the second design going around it's much cuter. I don't know if I have any of the cabbage leaves still around. I might, actually. But yeah, so she evolved into a little lettuce wrap top instead. And I think I started working on this. I posted it on my Instagram. But prior to spring, I'm pretty sure. I haven't really been working on it consistently. Because life happens. And I'm learning to love the process of the tedious bits. Body. It seems to continue to be working, which is nice. My goodness. I have cool. I actually couldn't use the Twitch mobile app to stream for like 2 years. Which is why in the other ones you'll see like Live Prism Studio or whatever. Because it would not, for the life of me, rotate the screen. I could not get the like horizontal view. I think it was just messing with me at a certain point. But it's finally working. I'm glad. Oh my goodness. I found that crochet is a really good way for me to practice counting and remembering and recall information. I find myself being like, what stitch did I leave on? The answer is, I don't know. Which honestly is probably how I know to like deconstruct crochet by looking at it so well. Like reverse engineering the stitches. Because I had to do that for my own work. But hey, I like doing the freeform kind of stuff. Just have the yarn in a plastic bag under the desk. If anyone stopped by, I'd love to know where you're from. For me, I'm in New Mexico, and it is like 4 a.m. right now, but I'm learning to embrace my like split sleep schedule, which say that 3 times fast, to where no matter what, I will wake up at 2 a.m. completely awake. Not even just awake, like awake with creative energy, and I'm trying to embrace that. Rather than being like, oh, I should get back to bed, or like, I'm getting enough sleep otherwise. I take naps and I'm asleep until 2. But often in the past have given myself a difficult time for my weird sleep hours. Then learning to embrace them instead. Hey, I have new music. It quite literally died. Fix this. I'm sorry, I didn't charge you, buddy. I don't even know where a charge port is. Well, it's at 0%. It took like 3 hours for the stream to work today. And it did not take into account charging this for that. Alright, let me see here. It's a good sound. I was rather unhappy about not being charged. So it may take a minute. But I personally can't focus without music, so to work with sometimes. Oh, nope. Missed a stitch. Close. Tell me you have cats without telling me. The stitch weirdness is happening right now. I'm just gonna undo that. So yeah, this is the real motivation for finishing my projects, because I swear every time I set something down, it changes completely. Okay, there we go. My goodness. Honestly, a very fun project to start and work on. I'm more so a micro crochet artist. I do like micro crochet earrings and keychains and things like my little hats and stuff. And so this is definitely one of the bigger projects I've worked on. For that, I can see my improvement in a single piece rather than multiple pieces, which is really interesting to see. It's part of the reason why I'm having such a difficult time with this is the last time I picked this up, I had all sorts of weird tension issues. So a lot of the stitches are too tight, and some of them just ended up a little weird. I don't even know how. So this row is also adding ruffles, but correcting that weird tension issue from last time. But that's what's so fun, you know? Like, I got to explore different stitches and like, yeah. I'd be interested to know what's in the people's unfinished pile. They call them UFOs in Piper Arts, which confused me so much the first time I heard that. I saw it like posted somewhere. It was like a UFO stitch night. And I thought like, wow, these people are really into UFOs. No, it means unfinished object, I think. I don't even know Yeah. So yeah, what's everyone's UFO project? I don't even know how to put it in a sentence. But I have my lettuce wrap top that I'm currently working on. I have a potted plants purse, which is super cute. I actually designed that one to hold my micro crochet earrings for when I'm not selling them. What other projects do I have? Did I finish them? My goodness. That actually might be it. Well, the pile was much longer. But I also have a couple ideas that I'm really excited to work on soon, but this one has been long running and needs some attention. And it's kind of the same situation with the potted plant purse. That it was like 2 years ago since I worked on it. My little sister sent me one of those crochet kits because I was just starting out, and she knows that I love those. At least like the theme of the potted plants. I quickly realized that I don't follow patterns well. I take it more as inspiration, and that's why it derailed into a project that's not finished after 2 years. Yeah, I don't think I have any other more finished projects actually. That's impressive. went to Sprouts today. Got some chocolate for the period week. The dark chocolate is so dark, but it's so good. And then we got some of the salted caramels. And then this time they had like a coconut almond fudge thing. That's absolutely the one I got the most of. Still unsure of how to use the stream manager thing in Twitch. I have like a comment up from when I was struggling trying to get the stream going. But that can be a later problem. It is very much my way of finding things to distract me from doing this task. I really do. But if anyone's hand making you gifts this year for the holidays coming up, give them a big hug. And like a membership to a good masseuse. Because so much love goes in these. Oh, nope, that wasn't the right stitch. I attend a local stitch night where I'm at, and this individual, they were working on a project for like, it had to have been like 6 months. It was this gorgeous cowl. And when it was finally done, because we got to see the birth of it to its full package ready to go, it was this whole like celebration and like model show. It was great. Because yeah, these things take a lot of time. Oh my goodness. One day I will learn to count. Today is not that day. Crochet seriously has been a very good physical therapy for me over the years. Nope. Did I do it? Nope. else wakes up at like odd hours of the night. Just has the urge to create. It's gotta be a neurodiversity thing. I'm like arguably more awake waking up at 2 a.m. than I am when I re-wake up at like 10. I've never been a morning person. I think it's silly to be like so much not of a morning person that I'm more refreshed if I wake up in the middle of the night. Is anyone in that same boat? I need serotonin time. Let's see it. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh my goodness, she's so cute! Okay, before I do anything, I have learned my lesson multiple times. Haha. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like see how dramatic that is? From like the initial first. Like it's a lot of work, but it adds up quickly. Oh, she's so cute. I'm gonna try it on for sure after these ruffles are done, but I might add more ruffles to these individual little leaves. This is the like wrap part that goes in the back. They're like actual little lettuce leaves, and don't mind the construction and work. But they're gonna like wrap around like that. So I might add more ruffles to that to accentuate the lettuce leaves. Oh my goodness. And then depending, I may add more straps upwards so that these could also be an off-the-shoulder option. But I'll do that in the like fitting phase. I've gone through multiple fittings, but oh my goodness, it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna lay this out and I'm just gonna stare at it. Gorgeous. Snack break for sure. Oh, thank you. I think I just found the chat. I am such a grandpappy with technology. Oh my goodness. Such a grandpappy that I can. There we go. Okay. I gotta watch like a YouTube tutorial on what the stream manager is. Oh my goodness. I don't know if anyone else gets this, but I have like the I don't know, the Victorian era fear of technology within my bones. Like it goes farther back than that. Like what do you mean there's the internet? Like why aren't we using candles for light? And it's gotten a lot better over the years. Um, but it was things like the stove, like electric stoves. How does that work? Like my brain does not wrap around new technology easily. Like it must be witchcraft. But if it was witchcraft, I'd understand it more. And I've always felt the appeal to Twitch more because it was such a low tech option. But their stream manager is a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. There's so many buttons. Like, so many buttons. That's okay. See, I'm being distracted. Okay. My goodness. See, you guys witnessed it. I set it down, and everything got kerfuffled, and it's entirely of my own doing. But everything got kerfuffled. I think I want to at least get to the midway point. There. Last time I worked on, oh, I got leaves. Last time I worked on the sleeve section, so I think that's a good stopping point there. But we shall see. I'm really learning to embrace my flow as of late. I set up this whole stream schedule of like, okay, I'm gonna set these times and these days, and it was like normal waking hours. But I also wanted to just stream if I felt like it and see if a natural schedule occurred. And when it started being like 2 and 3 a.m., I was like, okay. Okay, this actually might be my time frame instead. Then I originally had them posted as like night owl hours, but something about that was a little off. I was like, it's so late that it's early at this point. Like, is it even night? You know? So then I ended up Googling, like, hey, what do we call this time frame of hours? It ended up being the small hours, which I absolutely love. Because my channel name is All the Little Things. And it makes sense. It makes sense that I would stream in the small hours. And ironically, this is one of my larger pieces. It is made up of all the little things. Quite literally, so I think it counts. I realized I had not taken a stretch break, so let me do that really quick. I actually put it away. Look at me. thinking of what other clothing items I could make that are a pun. Like I could make bell pepper bottoms, like bell bottoms. I think that could be very cute. The next project I have in mind is actually a mushroom hat, mushroom beanie kind of combo. One that's not so big and bulky that I can wear it every day. I'm actually growing out my hair, and if you've ever been one to grow out your hair, I'm very short. You would know there is a lot of awkward phases of when the hair is figuring out how it's going to grow again. So I kind of just want to stick a mushroom on my head and not worry about that. Look forward to that project coming up soon. I already have the yarn picked out. It's one that I got for my birthday back in May. And I originally got it to do a mushroom hat, but I had one of the bases. It was like a paperboy style wicker hat, but unfortunately it disintegrated before I could use it. And you know, maybe it'll be better off that I didn't use it considering it disintegrated. But I'm currently designing that one. Like most of my ideas, it starts as a middle of the night wake up and mad scribbling in the closest notebook for me to decode later. Which is fun. It's like setting up mysteries for yourself. Who'd done it? But it's been fun to get back into streaming and content creation. I've done it more in the past, but I never felt like I fully honed in on the type of content that I wanted to create. I feel like I'm getting closer to that now. I really enjoy crocheting, and I want to get into more storytelling elements and like a very specific style that I have in mind. But this go around, I am being mindful of not being so strict with my specific pictures in my head, because I can fall into the trap of perfectionism easily for me, where it's like, oh, it's not perfect, let me not release that. And I think that's silly. I personally don't want to be someone who lets their perfectionism stifle any creation, especially when I see people create and if they're making mistakes along the way, I just like, wow, what a beautiful progress and part of the journey. So I'm extending that to myself now. I don't know if you can hear the kitty in the background. bees also have a witching hour. I don't know if you can hear them. I'm getting close to the middle point. I'm also messing up on my stitching some more. So I think another 10 minutes or so, and I'll wrap up, pun intended. It's getting close to that time. I think I will actually leave it there. Oh, it's so cute. It's so stinking cute. I love a good ruffle if you can't tell. Did I tie that off? Okay, I think I honestly did. Oh my goodness. Switching up to the view. Oh, it's gonna be so cute on. I knew her when she was just a lettuce leaf. Now look at her. Yeah. Alright, friends. I think that's all I have in me for today. Until next time.